Hello, everybody. It's Max with Crypto Talk now. We're going to discuss briefly about Quant and why I feel as though it is the future of Web3. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So, as we can see right here, big shout out, of course, to this particular individual by the name of Drunk Monk on Twitter. He does a great job of outlining some of this. So, for one, he states the utility Quant has will be recognized very soon. Then a supply shock will happen. So pack you some Quant bags now, because Quant is the future of Web3. And once the institution money flows, you won't be able to get Quant for cheap. We see things like this as well. It mentions no inflation, max supply of only 14.6 million. Yes, a lot of people compare it to, for instance, Bitcoin. But if anything, in regards to what? The supply. Definitely not due to the utility. Also, on top of that, circulating supply will decrease due to lockups creating deflationary pressures. Top of that, again, shout out to Drunk Monk. Quant supply is so limited that it won't take but another 8 to 12 months before you can't even buy a Quant. What is coming is inevitable, and those who understand the utility that Quant provides knows this will be another Bitcoin story in 1 to 3 years. We see, for instance, the likes of some of this, the Quant network Tokenomics, very small on that. I do apologize. But, for instance, this right here is a good representation. Quant network tokenomics comparison. Look at the total supply. It mentions right here, I know it's kind of hard to see, but I won't be able to zoom in more. But it mentions the big white circle above is the total supply of 99 billion XRP. That green dot proportionally represents the total supply of 1 billion Link. And last but not least, that tiny black dot represents the total supply of Quant, only 14 million. Also, this side chart, circulating supply, you have XRP on top, Link, Quant on the bottom. Circulating supply of XRP and Link are 45% and 35% respectively. Central authorities control more than half of the total supply. 83% of Quant tokens are currently in circulating supply. Top of that, I like the visual bottom line, right? So, you have Quant 14,612,493. You just compare it to some of these other ones. But the point is, it's one thing to see it on CoinMarketCap, and it's another thing to see actual physical, color coordinated visuals, right? And then there's this. Quant Network maps costs of implementing enterprise DLT. I know this part's really hard to see, and I do apologize, but it mentions traditional methods, 8 months and millions in costs to get started. They have specialist hiring costs, infrastructure costs. This is a traditional method. Any change in the technical environment at any phase will be a step backwards and multiply cost. Limited and locked into one blockchain, right? That's the old method, the traditional approach. Now with Quant, on the other hand, 8 minutes to start, like today, get your thing up and running. No additional infrastructure. 3 lines of code. Think of how appealing that is to a developer. 3 lines of code. Access to all current and future blockchains at once. Connect to existing legacy networks. And it's future proof. On top of that, I love this. This is what's going to really pound it home. Maybe for you, or maybe not. Maybe it's just, Quant's not your thing. But at the end of the day, look at this. Shout out, of course, to Crypto Nerd, who did a good job of outlining this. This bear or bull. Just remember what Quant has been doing every year, even in a bear market from 2018 to 2020. This is really, really key. If anything, stick around for this part. Because yes, it kept growing regardless. Zoom out. Dollar cost average in Quant. So he goes on to mention this key thing right here. He has been with Quant since the initial coin offering. Wow, that's awesome. I wish I could be able to say the same thing, right? A lot of us wish that. And he says, and boy, every year The one with the utmost patience is rewarded the most, even the one who bought the top. Patience equals moonshot. And look at this. Very good visual representation. So, for instance, Quant back in 2018, even during those times, 29x. 2019, 12x. And even during a time that was considered a bear market, 11x. Right? Then you get to 2021. A lot of that year was considered a bear market until, of course, we got to the end of it, which we saw tremendous what? All-time highs for various projects. Bitcoin, Shiba Inu, Chronos. I mean, I could go on and on. You guys know the whole deal. I mean, there's a whole grocery list. You could pretty much take a dart and throw it at a board, and you probably would have done well. And even on the crap coins, right? Like the puppy dog Enus of the world. So even in a bear market, 41x. Now we're into 2022. Mentions don't know how much X, but Gilbert Viridian, as in the CEO, has said, quote, there's a lot planned for 2022 and it's bigger than 2021. Got to wait and see what's in store. Now this statement, so it's definitely going to be more than 41x. Well, let's face it. We don't know that. We're not fortune tellers. But my bet is if we can get out of this crypto winter, right, and get to actually like a good bull market rally, we're talking at least 7 to 11 days, right, and get the momentum back without all these talks about basis points and stock market doing bad. I mean, get it, all these bad things. But my focus is ISO 222 compliancy. That is on the near horizon. That is what can literally turn the switch. And when you see things like this about how well this performed as in quant in the bear market, are you kidding? It really should get you excited, to say the least. And on top of that, we haven't even scratched the surface on what could happen with ISO 222 compliancy. That is really where the light switch could literally be turned on. That, and combined with the whole idea that quant is kind of like a monopoly to a sense. They have a very unique thing going on. They are literally the blockchain operating system. And everything is going to be, and it currently is, connected with quant. So with that said, everybody, I just want to give you guys another quant update, but kind of to break it down from a visual perspective, to say the least. I'm more than glad to be able to continuously cover quant, whether it's in recorded videos or on the live show. And speaking of that, check out the live show, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, as well as a day show at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific, for Crypto Talk Now. That is it for today's content in regards to quant. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thanks for watching today's video. May you all have a blessed day, and we'll see you on the next one.